Welcome back to another episode of the Self-Care Revolution. I now have a podcast, so definitely find me on Spotify, okay? Um, but I'm going to be doing some more videos in the coming weeks. I got a bunch of different things that I want to talk about because um, everybody is, well, a lot of people are into their season where they want to feel better, especially women over 40, okay? We lack motivation. We have all these other things going on, and we rarely put ourselves on our calendar. So that is why I titled this Self-Care Revolution, because we need an upheaval, okay? I'm your girl, Demita Joe, and over here, I don't even like to say over here, on this channel, we're all about positive vibes. How can we improve ourselves? Because if you don't charge your phone, you're not going to be able to use it. So you have to look at your body the same way. Your job is not going to matter. Your family, none of the obligations that you have are going to matter if you are not okay. So today I want to talk about just 4 areas where if you do something small to change a habit in these areas, it'll change your life, okay? Of course, there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do to improve yourself, but I just want to point out some things about self-care that a lot of people often overlook, okay? So like I said, no matter what you do, if you don't take care of yourself, nothing else even matters, all right? So we're going to start by defining self-care, all right? A lot of people think self-care is just going to get your nails done, going out to brunch, or getting your hair done. And those things can go into self-care, but I like to call those self-maintenance, even the brunch, because that's like a different area of self-care. That's like social self-care, which that is important, but we want to work on the foundational ones, the ones that I believe to be foundational, all right? But first we need to define self-care. What do you think is the definition of self-care without looking it up? Don't Google it. What do you think it is? I'm going to give you guys the definition. And it's basically taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. So that means you can, basically take preventative action. Like, don't wait until something's wrong to try to get, yourself into a healthier lifestyle. You should try to change some small habits now so that they become a part of your routine over time. All right, trust me, I was the biggest procrastinator. All right, when it came to having a consistent self-care, well, I won't even say self-care, a consistent fitness regimen. I was always active throughout my life, but I had periods where I was on again, off again, and there will be ebbs and flows, but I really had to get down to the deep root of why was I not doing something good for my body, because exercise is good for you, okay? So I had to really dig deep to figure out, why aren't you doing this? You know what to do. You have the tools. You have the resources. The only thing that was missing was the action that I needed to take, okay? So we're going to talk about the 4 types of self-care that I think are most important. And if you do a little bit to change some of the small habits within these types of self-care, you will see massive changes. Now, I do want to also say that this is the main reason why a lot of people don't work out, is that they lack a great self-care regimen. Now, when I say self-care regimen, I don't mean like, oh, you get up, you wash your face. I mean, particularly creating routines and systems for your specific situation, all right? You have to know yourself. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. And we're gonna, right here, we'll just use me as an example, okay? I know that if I don't work out in the morning, it's probably more likely that I will skip that workout, all right? And so what I do is I put that workout on the days that I'm supposed to work out. I put it in the morning before I even have to do everything else, right? So I don't even have to think about it. And what that does is it helps me to make better food choices throughout the day. I feel better. My attitude is a lot better because I've done something for myself. I've worked out, and I've hit my note on consistency for the day. So it works, okay? And we're going to get into consistency too. That's a whole nother story, because that stops people from doing stuff sometimes. So anyway, we're going to go back because we need to talk about these 4 different types of self-care, all right? Now, You have mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Now, like I said, there are several types of self-care. You can even have like financial self-care, social self-care, all types of things. But these four, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional, are the basis of what makes you you, okay? So we're gonna break down each one because what is mental, right? Mental is gonna be where mindfulness comes in, self-talk, negative self-talk. A lot of people have negative conversations with themselves on a daily basis, and this is the reason why everything always happens to you, or oh my goodness, I'm always in this situation, because that is where your focus is, okay? Therapy also falls into the mental category, so don't ever be afraid to seek support, all right? And then there's also positive books and positive podcasts. Those also count as mental self-care, okay? Then you have physical, all right? So physical is gonna be nutrition. What are you eating, right? What are you fueling your body with? It's gonna be, do you move your body? Do you have some type of physical activity in your daily or weekly routine? And also it's going to be getting adequate sleep. All right, now I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'll sleep or I'll die, and that is not really how we want to function. I'm pretty sure that you get a lot done and, you know, grind, but at the end of the day, we'll go back to the phone analogy. You can use your phone all night if you want to and not charge it. Okay, it's not going to do anything. So that is the same way that you need to look at your body. Sleep is important. Even LeBron James said it. Okay, I gotta find that clip. Matter of fact, let's see what LeBron James had to say about getting enough sleep. And so this is supposed to be the GOAT, right? Listen to what he said about getting enough sleep.
Sleep. I love to sleep. I have to get my 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours plus. I think that's the best way to re-energize your body, re-energize your mind, re-energize your spirit, re-energize everything.
LeBron's 40 years old and still playing at an MVP level, and this is definitely one of the biggest reasons why. And after Kobe retired, he said this was one of the things he got wrong, was not sleeping enough, because he wasn't able to recover fully, and this could be a reason why he had so many injuries. And LeBron, on the other hand, hasn't really had any crazy injuries throughout his career. If you're in high school or like a freshman in college, I know it seems like sleep doesn't matter, because I used to do the same thing. You can sleep like 6 hours a night and still be fine the next day, but that'll definitely catch up to you. And take it from the best, like LeBron and Kobe's regret, that sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your health, and it should be taken very seriously.
So then you have emotional self-care. Okay, now this one is about setting boundaries, saying no when you need to say no. Okay, knowing what your triggers are, what triggers you in certain environments, right? You need to know that so you can know where to go and where not to go. All right, what are your triggers? Journaling. I know a lot of people don't like to write, but journaling is important because you have a lot of things going on in your head. And if you take some time to at least do a brain dump, take 5 minutes and do a brain dump and just write down everything that comes to your mind. What happens is you get that out of your head onto the paper. You no longer have to retain the information if you don't want to. Just try it and do it, and then come back and tell me if it helped, because even just a regular brain dump works wonders for me, okay? And then we have spiritual self-care, okay? Spiritual self-care is prayer, all right? Meditation, getting out into nature, enjoying the creative part of you. Are you a content creator? Get into that. Are you a person who makes crafts? Get into that. So these are the 4 types of self-care that I believe if you take a little bit of time to include something within your routine to make sure that you're nurturing these 4 types of self-care, it will change your life. Listen, I am living proof of that, okay? Now, the reason why I say that lack of self-care is the main reason why people don't work out. Here's why. Self-care, as you can see, the types that I listed have nothing to do with fitness. Right? Yeah, there is an exercise one in there for what you want to do for your physical self-care, but before you even start the workout, if you work on the negative self-talk, changing your limiting beliefs, right? What are you telling yourself, you know? Because when I first started working out, I used to always say, if somebody looked like they're getting ready to do a burpee, I'm already saying, where's the modification, and what else am I going to do while they're doing those burpees? Because I'm not doing them, right? And that hindered me because it made me feel like I couldn't do it when actually I could. The more you do, the more you can do. So trying is also doing. So all you need to do is try. You have a perfect expectation on yourself that makes you not even want to start the activity. So that is why I think that the main reason that a lot of people don't work out is a lack of a self-care routine. So listen, I'm here to help, right? I was there, all right? And it's a daily, weekly process. You can't do it one day and then stop. You have to gradually build the momentum, because that's what's going to get your motivation built up, because you don't believe that you can do it, okay? You are comparing yourself to somebody else that is totally different than you. You should never compare yourself to anybody else. You are your only competition. So whatever you did yesterday, just do a little bit better than that. That's the only person that you should be comparing yourself to, okay? You might be overwhelmed, okay? I have an exercise for you, not a physical exercise, but it's an exercise that involves you to look at your schedule over 24 hours. Don't change it, just kind of record what you do, okay? And when you do that for 24 hours, like, don't change anything. Just write down everything you did every hour. What did you get accomplished? When were you chilling? When were you asleep? When were you eating? When were you shower? All of that counts. So you can actually see, wait, I took this long to do this, or I got this much time where I was doing this. I could have done this. I could have done that. You need to look at your schedule if you haven't already zoomed out like that, and just see. So try that exercise and see if that helps you if you are overwhelmed. You know, lacking motivation, right? As we get older, we don't have the same levels of motivation. Then depending on what's going on in our lives, that motivation can be taken down even further, okay? And I'm trying to tell you, it is really all in your mind. All right, so if you are wondering how you can overcome your lack of motivation, become a person who can consistently keep up with their own workout routine, their own self-care routine, add in some good morning routines that include all your habits. Start doing some time blocking, like actually focus on what you can do better in your self-care routine, and it will change your life. Not just your fitness life, but everywhere in your life will see benefits from you working on yourself, okay? So if you need help, right, I do have a group. It's called Transform Your Habits. It's on Facebook, all right? It's for women over 40 who feel like they're stuck. They really want to make some changes as they age, you know, and we're going to talk about all the little things that come along with being a woman over 40. Like, you know, hormones actually matter as well. So, you know, my group is all about inspiration. You know, I'll give you a bunch of tips along the way, and you know, you'll be able to surround yourself with other people who can relate to what you're actually going through and what your struggle may be. Because just because you don't work out, do not feel bad. So what? You know, it's not going to be like that all the time. Okay, you're going to change this habit. So if you feel like you're behind the curve, don't feel like that. You seeing this video right now because you need the help right now, and that's fine. All right. So anyway, those of you who are listening on the podcast, feel free to find me on Instagram. It's by Demita Jo, and you can find out all about the Facebook group on Instagram as well. I'm so happy that you guys joined me today. I hope this video helps someone realize that they can do it, even though you may not have worked out in years. Like, this video is for you, all right? Even a small change in self-care can have an ability on the way that you even handle challenges and things like that. So, like, do not sleep on leveling up your self-care game, all right? The goal is to gradually build momentum and motivation, all right? One step at a time. Every step forward is progress. And all of these things sound so cliche, but if you actually listen and hear the statement, like, it's so simple. It really is that simple. All right. Anyway, I'm your girl, Demita Jo, the host of Self-Care Revolution. Share this with a friend. Come back and let me know your thoughts if you tried any of the activities that I talked about, like the kind of looking at your schedule. If you are not a person who journals, I advise you to try it, even if you just do a brain dump. And a brain dump is where you just write everything in your head for a certain, however long you want to sit there and write, and leave it there. And then you can even take that brain dump list and come up with a great to-do list. All right. So that's all I have for you guys today. Coach Demita Joe signing out.
Who is the master?
There is one place that you have not looked, and it is there, only there, that you shall find the master.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master?
Fine, whatever.